time in New York.
First time in New York.
How you feeling about that?
Pretty crazy.
They call it the Big Apple. All the locals call it that.
There's a lot of iconic places around here.
There is iconic places around here. Ghostbusters Firehouse.
No Rocky stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, but first time for Max. Maybe the 80th time for me. I don't know. Second time for Brock.
Yep. Third time.
Oh.
Put some respect on my New York station numbers.
Sorry, Mr. Jet Setter. All right, we're headed to, I always say Orchard. Distribution to go play 4 songs for their staff. Max, how are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling a little groggy.
Yeah, New York will do that to you.
Yeah. A little stuffy.
Brock, how you feeling?
Half as cool as Max.
Oh man.
Look at him in the back seat with the shades. Looking all cool, about to go film a scene for Mission Impossible 18. Yeah, let's head out. So we've been in New York for a couple days. Here's Brock.
Yo.
We played a show last night at Bowery Ballroom. It went amazing. Had a good time, good crowd.
Ethan shook some hands, kissed some babies.
That's what I do. But yeah, we're having a good time out here. Doing this Orchard thing, play some songs. And we get the rest of the day just to hang out, our last day in New York.
Max is looking as cool as ever.
Look at him.
Belt undone.
Wow, look at that.
Okay.
So youthful. Oh. Fancy.
Oh, that would be yes.
Someone's on the TV screen. So we just played for the Orchard, the distribution company, to like a ton of their employees. They got a bunch of people here, and it went great. It was like, it felt like a show. It was awesome. Like everybody came in, watched, and cheered, and it was really fun. So now Max is just, doing the shaking hands and meeting people, taking some photos. So let's go walk and check it out. This is where we played up here. They filmed it, which is cool. Max is just talking shop over there. I'm just hanging out now. This kind of looked like a TV show. Well, New York was a good time. Had this great view at the hotel. Look at that happening. There we go. Woo. Yeah, had a good time in New York. We went and played for the people at the Orchard, which is like distribution. That was super successful and awesome, and people were stoked on Max's music, and they're excited to push his record and all that good stuff. And yeah, saying goodbye to New York and all these cars and all these buildings and all the good food I ate. I'm ready to maybe not eat so much for the next couple days. It's hard to not eat a lot of good food here, but we had a good time, and now we make our 2-day trip down to Georgia to play a show, and then I get to go home for a day in Nashville. All right, well, we are making our way to Atlanta, here in a hotel room per usual, every day. Beautiful. Yeah, the trek from New York is quite long to go to Atlanta, but we had 2 days off. Today's a show day in Atlanta, but we're in Charlotte, so we're gonna head out probably around 11. We stayed in Richmond last night, got to see a good buddy named Jim, which is cool. And I'm about to go meet a friend, Kyle, for breakfast. Kyle is a guy that I've done some shows with in the past on a previous gig. And yeah, gonna grab breakfast with him, come back here, pick up the dudes, and make our way to Atlanta. But the good news is we get to play Nashville tomorrow, and I get to sleep in my own bed for one night. And I'm gonna swap out my cracked guitar for a cheaper one that I'll use the rest of the tour, just in case. Learned my lesson. Update on that is there isn't an update yet. I'm still waiting to compile a couple documents to send to Alaska Airlines, but I have a total of 45 days to see this through, so there is time. I should hopefully by next week be sending all that stuff in and see what they say. Fingers crossed. So I haven't filmed in a few days, but we have made it all the way through down to Atlanta from New York. Played in Nashville right after that. Got to spend one night at home, which was nice. And now we're on our way to Dallas, Texas, and right outside of Dallas, we're doing this thing where Max is filming like a little performance thing at a place called the Sweetwater Grill. And as you can see, not much around. It's a little country bar, cool vibe inside, I guess. And yeah, he's gonna do like 4 or 5 takes of one song. Then on we go to Dallas to play tonight, Austin tomorrow night. Then we make a long journey to Phoenix to wrap up the tour. Last 3 shows, Phoenix, LA, San Diego. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of this Texas heat. Sorry, Texas. It's one thing I don't like about you. What are you filming there today?
We're filming a little music video for Low Key Country. And what's your page called?
Southbound Sessions.
Southbound Sessions with Low Key Country collaboration. Collaboration +3 Max McNown.
It's called a collab.
Cause I'm a little bit hurt, but a lot more free. I ain't saying that you never took a toll on me.
Texas, we're all done playing shows in your state. Did Dallas and did Austin, which is where I'm at right now. Played at Antone's last night, which is a great legendary blues venue, even though we weren't playing the blues. It's great to finally be able to play there. That was kind of a mild bucket list venue to play, so that was a good time. And now we have 2 days off to get all the way to Phoenix, Arizona. It's going to be a long couple days. Driving 5 or 6 hours today to some town I don't even remember the name of, but I'll look it up in my phone and drive there. According to the maps yesterday, it looks like a tiny little, just off the interstate kind of town. So gonna do that, then day off in a tiny town, New Mexico. Then we hit Phoenix, and the weather looks dreary today, which I don't mind. This pool looks a lot nicer than the last one I was at. Last hotel I was at, not in a pool. I would not jump in a green pool. But anyways, trucking along, the last little leg of the tour. All we have left is Phoenix, LA, and San Diego. And one thing I'm excited about is we have a day off in San Clemente, California, which is where I used to live, and Max used to live there too. I lived there back in like 03 to 05, and it's like such a special place. That's where my wife and I got married. Of course, my favorite Mexican place, Pedro's Tacos, is there, which I will be eating at probably twice in one day, gonna be honest. And meet up with some friends too that I haven't seen in a minute, so that'll be a good time. Then after that, San Diego, and then I fly home and this thing's over. Then we move on to the next thing. All right, another hotel, really bright. I'm in Phoenix now. I'm getting the shade here. Ooh, much better. Yeah, I haven't been filming much the last couple of days. It's been a lot of driving. I'm really tired. And we're winding down the tour. I got Phoenix tonight, and then LA tomorrow, then a day off, and then San Diego, and then home. So yeah, I'm gonna try to film something else besides me talking in a hotel room, because I'm sure that's quite boring to some people. Anyways, yeah, leaving for the venue here real soon, playing the Crescent Ballroom tonight, which I've played many times before. Fantastic venue. Should be a good time. Let's go. Well, we have a day off right before our last show in San Diego, and since Max and I both at one point in our lives lived in this town, San Clemente, we're taking a full day off here, which is nice. Yeah, it always feels very nostalgic to come back here. I only lived here for 2 years, but used to come down here all the time when I was in high school and even in my early 20s to hang at the beach and have bonfires and stuff like that. And yeah, so I got up a little earlier than normal, and I'm hitting all my favorite food spots today, starting with my favorite breakfast spot. Well, one of two. There's one called Sunrise Cafe, which I haven't driven down to see if it's still there. But the Bagel Shack, which has been here for, I mean, at least 20 years, because I lived here 20 years ago, and it was my go-to spot. And when my old band, the Supertones, broke up, they did a final show and had these posters made, and I had the guy sign one, and I made it out to the Bagel Shack, and because the dude that owned the place, I'm guessing he still owns it, I'm about to find out, he was a fan of the band, and so I gave him a poster, and he framed it. I might have framed it for him or whatever, and then he put it on the wall. So I'm gonna see if it's still there 20 years later. I guess 19 years if we're getting specific here. It's a good breakfast spot. The poster used to be right here. It's gone. It's gone. Mayday. Well, the old Supertones poster is long gone. Maybe it's at home in his right above his bed or something. But just cruising through San Clemente. Gonna go down to one of my little favorite beach spots. Hang out. Oh, here's the Red Fox Lounge. Used to go there all the time and hang out, have a couple beers, watch some baseball, and yeah, it's such a fun town. This is kind of the main. This is El Camino Real, kind of the main street down here, and then Del Mar up here is the main street that goes down to the beach. One of the main ways to get to the beach. It was super fun living here. It was pretty cheap back then. I think my apartment was like $8.50 a month. I was like, you know, walking distance from a ton of cool stuff. Yeah, like great food spots, and you could walk to the beach. It'd take you a little longer, but I mean, probably only lived, I don't know, a mile, so it's a pretty short walk. And yeah, so I'm gonna go down to the beach right now, have my breakfast, and maybe cruise by my old apartment complex and see what it looks like now. Pedro's Tacos, I will see you later. Hey, the Sunrise Cafe is still there. That's a great breakfast spot. There's just a feeling when you're down by the beach, and especially growing up on the West Coast in Southern California, you just get down here, it just feels good. You know, I don't know how else to describe it. It feels kind of like home. I miss it sometimes. Probably can't afford to move back here at this point, but yeah, I still love it down here. And yeah, I'm gonna head over to North Beach. I don't know if it's still called that, as we always called it growing up. It's always a little more chill. This time of morning, all the beaches are going to be chill, but this side of San Clemente I always really liked, especially in the summertime. There was way less like surfers and tourists and stuff, and I was never a surfer actually. I like bodyboarded when I was a kid or something, but I just liked being by the beach, being on the beach. But yeah, this is a good little chill spot over here. Well, this is why I always chose this beach. I feel like there's less beach. Maybe it's because I'm older, but there's like never anyone down here. There's a few people on the other side of this like building where there's restrooms, but it's pretty chill. There was 2 surfers that just left, but other than that, basically me and some dudes working on that building, just having my breakfast and enjoying the scenery. Can't see Catalina Island today. It's hazy out there. That's like a crazy clear day when you can see Catalina Island out there. You know, it's a yeah, super clear day. Haven't been out there since I was probably in junior high, but that'd be fun to do one day. Go out to Avalon. But yeah, getting all nostalgic out here. It feels rad. It definitely makes me want to live here again, but probably can't do that. So, all right, I am turning onto Avenida de la Estrella, which is the street I lived on. There's all these apartments, but I didn't live in those. I lived in these. It's now called, ooh, fancy. This is it, 602 Avenida de la Estrella. This is called the Seaview Terrace. It might have been called that originally. I don't remember actually, but I've heard that these got converted into like condos. These were cheap apartments when I lived here. And yeah, I come through this alley. And then that staircase over there, I lived right up there. That was my bedroom up there, or living room and bedroom. And then my friend Adam lived literally right across the alley, right here. And our living rooms faced each other. And so, oh, these also used to be carports. They're just normal garages now. Look at that, how fancy. Yeah, that was my carport right there. And I didn't have hardly any storage for a lot of my music gear, so I would always keep like my drums just in the back of my truck with a shell on it, and I would back it in every time. But yeah, anyways, my friend Adam lived across the alley there, and our living rooms faced each other. So here you don't have air conditioning, you just open your window. So we always had our windows open, so every once in a while we'd just yell out like, Adam, let's go get some food, and we just walk down to Pedro's Tacos, and it was fun. Really, really fun time in my life living here. But yeah, that apartment right there, gosh, I wrote what became the last Supertones record of the era I was in before we broke up. Everything that I wrote, or that Matt would Mojo would send me, that he wrote, I would demo all of it. I demoed, like, this record was called Revenge of the Supertones, and I pretty much wrote most of that and like demoed it in that apartment. Headed down to my mecca of all things tacos and burritos, Pedro's Tacos. Anytime I'm here, I post about it. I eat there multiple times. I'll probably eat there before we leave town tomorrow. Heading down to meet one of my oldest friends, Zach Schultz. We worked together, we did music together. Still buddies after all these years, so I'm excited to go meet him for lunch. He took the day off, or switched to shift, just for little old me.
I don't know why I just did that dance.
I don't either.
I don't know why.
It's the fun dance.
Hello,
Hi,
mister.
buddy.
Oh.
Buddies forever. All right, we're in Zach's cool Tesla.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it cool. I would call it cool because I'm in the Tesla. Like,
That's exactly what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Look, we got the full nav here. This street is called Del Mar. I never spent much time down here, so I couldn't tell you what's on this street.
It's because we're poor.
That's true. We were poor people living in San Clemente.
We don't go to stores and buy things.
Right, but this is the street that my wife and I got married on. Zach was one of my best men.
Mm-hmm.
I had two because it was our wedding. We do what we want. But yeah, it's coming up here. Foolishly, we got married at like a little multi-purpose center, kind of community center. We could have just gone like a couple hundred yards west and got married on the beach. But did we do that? Nope, we sure didn't. We got married indoors on a perfect Southern California day. But yeah, this is Del Mar. So we got some traffic happening now. Some rush hour, San Clemente rush hour. That's where we got married, right there.
In-N-Out truck was on the backside.
We had an In-N-Out burger truck, that's right. Me and Callie took off on my Vespa, which was slightly sketchy, but it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And all we had to do was go down this hill and be at the water. We could have gotten married with all of our friends at the beach in sandals and went for a swim or something. Beautiful San Clemente Pier. It's an Amtrak stop right here if you want to take the train up north or south. It's a good place to be. Look at this. We could have gotten married down here. Sorry to my wife, I guess. I'll take blame. Look at this. Look at this vagabond.
Who's that?
Hey, buddy.
Dude, what's up,
I'm gonna
man?
bring it right in for one of these.
Hell yes.
Final day of tour. We'll say tour because I'm at the beach with Brett.
Hello.
Brett's got a sweet hat on to protect him from some rays. We're just chilling by the beach one more time before I gotta drive to San Diego, play tonight, and then I fly home tomorrow, which is much needed. I'm exhausted, physically and mentally. But this is a nice little hang before the end of the tour.
Great.
Yeah, always nice to sit down here and just do nothing. Just stare at this. It's nice view of the great view of this. Got that right there. But yeah, I'm excited to go home. Obviously bummed to leave Mr. Brett here. We'll get him out to Nashville soon enough. But this definitely makes me want to move back here. I can't afford it here anymore, but if I could, maybe I'd consider it. I don't know. I kick myself that I went to the beach somewhat often, but nowadays I'd be down here every morning drinking coffee. So, oh well.
There are worse places to be for sure.
There are worse places to be. Yeah. You ever been to the middle of nowhere, New Mexico, at a Best Western? That's a worse place to be. Beautiful scenery there, but I'm just teasing. I like New Mexico. Anyways,
Big sunsets.
signing off from the beach. Bye. And these dudes say bye. Don't poop on me. Well, final meal in San Clemente with Brett. Still here. Got some Pedro's Tacos for the second time on this trip. Favorite place, used to live right by there. I talk about it too much. but about to dive into this burrito. And we got a pretty crappy view. Just overlooking the pier. Good time. And this will be the end of it. Then I head to San Diego. How's your burrito?
Oh, magical.
There you go, magical.
So good.
Last show of the tour.
Oh, did you catch that?
Back to serenading us.
Last show. How you feeling, everybody?
I'm feeling pretty awful vocally, but I'm feeling
Yes.
pretty good because I have family and the real reward is the journey.
Cool.
After 48 years on tour, Ethan can confirm.
48 years. I just wanted to show the good people of the world what it's really like backstage.
Yeah. So like, if you're missing out, you're not missing out.
Even more glamorous than you might have thought.
Like I kind of, yeah, like I almost fell asleep earlier.
It's usually a bunch of people sitting around playing on their phones.
Yeah.
People think it's like sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and it's like no, it's just everyone playing Brawl Stars. Yeah, we're playing Brawl Stars all the time. Last show here at the Voodoo Room at House of Blues, San Diego. Blake Rose chaps wrapping up their sound check. Look at these guys. Blake is making sure he doesn't put on more deodorant.
So fucking horrible.
It's called the end of the tour.
I'm a little bit hurt, but a lot more free. I ain't saying that you never took a toll on me. And for what it's worth, I can finally see that I'm a little bit hurt, but a lot more free. Yeah, I'm a little bit hurt, but a lot more free.
Well, last morning in California, I just woke up a little bit ago, as you can tell by my narrator voice. My friend Brett, who you saw in the video earlier, he's come to pick me up. He stayed here last night too. And I'm gonna grab some breakfast and then head to the airport and fly home. So thank you, US, for a good tour. Very tired and very worn out and just feeling beat down and ready to go home and rest. I didn't see my wife, of course, and dogs and cat and friends and humid weather, but adios, San Diego. Hi Brett, last morning before I go home, we're going to a San Diego staple, or I guess San Diego County staple, Swami's for breakfast.
It's gonna be good. I'm drooling. It's so anticipation.
I whacked up all the saliva falling out of my mouth, but it took us a lot of time parking in San Diego, but we're walking a few blocks, gonna get some breakfast, and Brett's gonna take me to the airport and bid me a adieu.
A fond farewell. San Diego will miss you, Ethan.
Thank you.